No, it's videoing at the moment. Okay.
So you're gonna do it now?
Yeah, I'm going to do it now. Now, basically, to skin a bird, you tear the skin off. You don't bother with defeathering it, and you cut the wings off.
Oh, I can smell it already.
Yeah, it's a strong smelling flesh. Now this is an A11 bird.
Jeez, it stinks.
Yes, it does stink, don't worry about that. It's an A11 bird from between Great Barton and Norwich. Great Barton and Newmarket. It's a fairly violent process.
So
Basically,
the ultimate meal will be very, very delicate.
the ultimate meal will be absolutely delicious with home-grain veg. They're the intestines, they've just popped out. They really stink. Now, you have to get the intestines out and away from the rest of the bird because they will pollute the taste of the meat. Here come the intestines. And there's the liver. There's the liver.
Let's have a look.
That's the liver. And that is the stomach. It's full of grain, and look, if we tear the stomach open, obviously don't eat the stomach, but it's got grain and grit in it, look. Yeah? Now, here comes the heart. The heart's quite small in a pheasant. Continue to tear the animal apart. And there's our first main piece of meat. Give it a good wash. You can normally get
the smell is starting to go now.
Yeah.
So all this.
Well, yes. You know.
Now you're left with this kind of, you know.
That is
what you see on the supermarket shelf.
That is highly edible and fresh. When I picked it up, it had only been knocked down for a few hours. The stinkiness comes from the intestinal contents, you know.
So all this stuff gets thrown away, right? Or can it be used in some way?
No, it can't be used. I mean, you can use the feathers if you're an artist, but I've ruined them now because I've got them wet.
And what's this? This looks like another.
This is a leg.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. A leg and part of a wing, and there's the other leg. So now you can break the legs here. So you break the feet off because you can't cook them. Very, very tough tendons. Sometimes they need cutting. There we are. Now that's good. That's good eating too. There we are. And then we'll have the other leg, and that's more or less it. You can get about a pound of meat from a good sized pheasant. It's not really worth bothering with anything but the legs and the breast. There's not a great deal of meat on it, but it's very, very high quality, delicious. You know, a pound of flesh will feed 3 people, and combined with vegetables and onions and herbs. This looks like a scene of slaughter now, doesn't it? I don't think there's anything else on. You see, that's the sternum, I think. That's not got anything on it. That's the neck. Let's have a look at the head. Where's the head gone? Ah, here's the head. So I think that's all the edible part. The stomach we can't use. The liver we could use. It's a bit strong. but it is edible.
Would that give a lot of flavour, right?
Yeah, it's quite
Maybe
nice.
that's
Quite nice, the liver.
worth sticking in the stew.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's worth sticking in the stew. Okay, intestines. Lovely. You can tell they're putrid. I mean, they're full of air and poo. So I think really we've done our job, haven't we? Now, it's important to bag up the remains in a plastic bag and throw them out, otherwise they stink the place out. How many
I've
minutes
noticed
did that
the
take?
smell hasn't, well, coming up to 6 minutes. But when you first cut the bird open, it absolutely stank. But,
Yeah.
but now it's kind of...
Well, I watched it, didn't
It's
I?
still there, but it's not,
I watched it.
you know, it's not as kind of...
The meat is
pungent.
fresh, that's the thing. You can hang a pheasant for up to 14 days.
Yeah,
And this
right.
this is, strictly speaking, it's too fresh for a connoisseur. Because when I picked it up, it was only hours old. There's the heart, look. You can see
And
that.
that
So
can't
if
be-
you hang it that way, that's the way the heart is in the pheasant's body. I think. Hang on, no, it would point forwards actually. So it's a pump. It would pump the blood out to the rest of the bird that way. We can eat the heart.
Can that go in? Or?
Yeah, it can. It's only an
What, I
ounce.
mean, what does it add to the dish?
Well, it's muscle. It's quite tasty. You know, muscle meat is nice. What you want to avoid eating is the fat. The great thing about pheasant is that there's very little fat in it because it's a wild bird. So it's lean meat. It's organic because it hasn't been farmed. Well, fairly organic. I mean, they spray the crops obviously, but and it's game. How much does a pheasant cost? At least a fiver. And I get these for free all winter.
Yeah.
From now until from September until March, I pick up pheasants and rabbits all the time. It's a free source of meat.
So the sequel to this would be the rabbit.
Oh yeah, we'll have a rabbit later on. Yeah. I mean, it's just sufficient to go out on your bike up the B road to North Walsham, for example, and you'll find rabbits and the
When you
occasional
find-
hare as well.
So when you find them on the road, I mean, how do you know that they're fresh?
Well, there are various signs.
Because
If
obviously
it's,
you
if
wouldn't
it's very
pick up-
freshly killed, it's still warm because of the body heat.
Yeah, right.
If it's stiff, it's you know, if its rigor mortis is set in, it might be over 6 hours old but under 24 hours. In a fresh kill, the eyes are still bright and the corpse isn't bloated because after 24 hours gases start to build up in the abdomen, fermentation continues after death, and the corpse starts to swell and bloat. And eventually the abdominal contents burst and putrefy the rest of the meat. And I should think in warm conditions after 48 hours it's simply not safe to eat. But in winter you can pick up an animal that's several days old because temperatures are low enough. You know, if the temperature doesn't rise above 10 during the day,